What about the opioid crisis, which I know has hit Kentucky, especially northern Kentucky, very hard, and so many states across this country?
Well, I'm glad that he wants to do something about it. I mean, it's terrible. We have so many people dying. So many of our young ones, you know.
Emotions running high for one of the many Kentucky residents personally affected by the overdose death of a loved one. As Louisville goes after the drug distributors in court, we are learning shocking statistics. Last year, on average, every adult in this state was written at least one painkiller prescription. Kentucky now ranks third in the nation among states with the highest rate of drug overdose deaths, with 2016 marking an all-time high in fatalities. So this is going in the wrong direction. Joining me now, two people taking action, State Attorney General Andy Beshear and Emily Walden. Emily lost her son, TJ, to addiction and is now a national coordinator for the Fed Up Coalition, which you should look up and learn more about. Good evening to both of you.
Good evening.
Emily, tell everybody what happened. What happened to TJ?
My son, TJ, passed away 5 years ago from the drug Opana. He made a bad decision in his late teens and struggled with addiction. He became addicted very quickly and ultimately lost his life.
And he was with we just are showing some pictures of your beautiful son. He was with the Kentucky National Guard, and I know how proud of him you were. And it's so important for people to understand that these are good kids. These are not kids, you know, these are your kids, my kids, everybody in your neighborhood.
Yes.
What do you want people to understand about that? How did you learn what was going on?
He just wasn't himself, and I eventually pushed him on a small issue, and he confessed and told me what was going on. And he did go to treatment for a 30-day program. At that time, I didn't know that that wasn't long enough, or I didn't know about opioid addiction and how much that affects the brain.
So these drugs, prescription drugs, as we just pointed out, they are prescribed in a massive amount. And I know that there are some new regulations against these, and you've done some things in Kentucky to try to back off just handing out these slips of paper that can lead to people's deaths.
In some counties in Kentucky, we have up to 3 opioid prescriptions for every man, woman, and child in that county. And when you look at heroin users, 80% start with abusing prescription pills. What families need to know is the medicine cabinet may be the most dangerous place in their house. 70% of people who abuse and or become addicted through this type of medication is getting them from a family or a friend. We have to cut off that tide, but we also have to clean out those medicine cabinets.
And you have a way to do that.
We do. Yesterday, we announced our Kentucky Opioid Disposal Program, which is the first time that Kentucky families can safely dispose of them at home. We got a pilot program where we're putting out 50,000 packets. Each of these can deactivate up to 45 opioids, to where we may be able to deactivate up to 2.2 million opioids in just one pilot project. But just think, you know, we deal with the hopelessness a lot. But if we could clean out every single medicine cabinet, if we could get rid of all of those unused opioids, then I think we could actually reduce the rate of addiction.
Emily, what's your message? What do you want people at home to know, to think about as they look at this issue before we go?
That these drugs are very, very dangerous, highly addictive. Hydrocodone is almost the exact same chemical makeup as heroin. So your child gets injured, they get their wisdom teeth taken out. You need to be extremely cautious with pain medications.
I'm so glad you said that.
I
mean, I've had my children have their teeth. They send this home. You know, take this if the pain's really bad. I mean, we can need these things, right?
Right.
Right.
And Kentucky's passed some laws where people are going to get fewer up front. That's a very good thing. If we can then get rid of, after you've taken a couple of them, then we'll really cut down on the supply. We always try to cut down on the supply of street drugs. This is a chance to cut down on the supply of the prescription drugs. But Emily's work on Opana ER, taking a very dangerous drug and preventing it from continuing on the market, was pretty amazing.
Emily, thank you very much. Emily Walden and Andy Beshear, thank you very much. Good to have both of you with us, and good luck to you.
Thank you.
Fight.